Hello and welcome to another episode of the Poolzcast. Welcome, Tony from Oval3 to this episode of Poolzcast. Now, I would love you to introduce yourself in more detail and your role in Oval3. How did you come with the idea of Oval3? And yeah, about yourself a bit. Thanks for that.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for receiving me. So I'm Tony Bouquier, the CEO of Bank Sports. So that's the company who was producing Oval3. So Oval3 is the first rugby Web3 game in the world that allows you to collect, play, and win official digital cards of rugby players to use them in an immersive gaming experience around rugby. So I'm the CEO and co-founder of the company with 4 other co-founders. We created the company 4 years ago with the main goal to bring some gamification and digitalization to rugby, who was kind of lacking of that. We with all the other co-founders, we are like big rugby fans, obviously, and also really big gaming fans. And yeah, we just decided to create our own company to bring that to rugby. So that's how we came to that. We developed 4 years ago a first Web2 game, fantasy game that is called Fantasy Rugby World, who is the leader on that market. And 2 to 3 years ago, we decided to dive into the Web3 world. And that's when we started to work on that Oval3 project. Well, that is called written OVAL3 for the Web3 part. And yeah, the idea is to build something that will create a huge ecosystem in the world, gather all that rugby ecosystem around the platform. And yeah, that's here we are and why we are here today.
Awesome. Now, tell us a bit more about the platform itself that you've built and what is the unique selling point about it?
Yeah, no problem. So it's a really innovative concept, even though we took some good ideas from other parts too, but it's a concept combining sport through the rugby and fan experiences. The gaming, as it starts as a fantasy game. So fantasy game, for those who don't know it, is the virtual game in which you are able to create your own team by selecting your players. And then all the results in that game are based in real life performances of the player. So basically, if you've got Antoine Dupont and he scored a try with his team this weekend, you got it in your team, then he will score also in your team. So that's the principle of fantasy. And that's how the platform works. Like you have to create your team first by collecting the cards, or there's also free to play first part on which you can directly create your own team with free cards. And then you're participating in competition with the team that you've built, and based on your ranking, you get a chance to win a lot of different rewards that are cards, fan experiences, tickets, jerseys also, and some also exclusive money can buy experiences that we can get through a partnership with the different clubs and leagues. Because to do all of that, obviously we need the official licenses. So we've got more than 42 clubs and more than 2,000 players already. on 3 different championships with the top 14 Pro D2 and Major Rugby League. And there's a lot more coming. And yeah, to go back also on the part on your question about what is it unique, the main thing is we've got, thanks to our 4-year experience in the rugby ecosystem, the advantage to be the leader on the market and have a really good expertise on that community and all the gaming part around that. What we have more also is that Antoine Dupont, who is considered the best player in the world in rugby and captain of the French national team, is and the ambassador of the project and also shareholder of the company. So he's really supporting us to promote the game, and we have many other shareholders and ambassadors also, like Simon Cho, former legend of England national team. And we've got many other partners. Maybe we'll talk about that. But the main thing is, as we have exclusive licenses on long-term deal, like over more than 9 years, that give us the exclusivity of that market to be the leader on this one.
Amazing. Now, I guess there's not many competitors, but is there a competitor that you see in the space, and what is a key differentiator that your product has?
I think the main one will be Sorare, as it was one of the pioneer of this kind of Web3 play to earn, play to win games that was launched years ago in the football, and then they also went to other sports like basketball with the NBA and baseball with the MLB. So I think that's the main obvious one, and we're for the one who don't know, sometimes the projects they associated as a kind of Sorare of rugby, which is easier to understand. But the main differentiation, I think, is what they've built is really just a fantasy game, and with a simple way to play on it, because they are trying to develop on other sport markets, so they have to keep it quite simple. And our main goal is to focus on rugby, but to go much more further in the experience, in the immersion around that. So the platform will not be just a fantasy game. There will be multiple game modes, like player versus player. The main difference also is that we are launching our own token that will enable all the ecosystem also to have multiple other features in the platform and other links that we can do directly also with all our partners, like the clubs and the leagues. The idea with that token is that you will be also able, for example, to buy tickets or merchandising of these clubs. And so basically, even in the gaming part, it won't be just player cards. There will be other cards to improve your team. And so I think the main difference is that we've got something more with a better immersion into the gaming part and the entertainment around that sport.
Awesome. Now, talk a little bit, if possible, about some of the extended team, partners in Web 2 and Web 3, and backers.
No problem. So as I say, the company is Bank Sports, who's producing Oval3, is the company that we launched 4 years ago, and we already got more than 10 people in the company, and we are with all the different freelancers and agencies with whom we work. It's over more than 30 people working on the project, so that's starting to getting quite big already, and it's growing really fast, as you can imagine. About the backers, I told about, I think, one of the best, Antoine Dupont, who is supporting us from the beginning. We did a lot of there's multiple way also that has enabled us to support our growth through different fundraising. The last one in the company in equity was around 2 million fundraising at the 12 million valuation for the company, on which different VCs and business angel invested, and with the main one was Interval Capital, US VC specialized in sport, who is backing us. As I was mentioning, there's the players like Anthony Pong, but others also, especially also in the token fundraising part, like the token sale. There's multiple other coaches, professional players, staff from different clubs that also invested in the project. So we've got the support of the whole rugby ecosystem, which is really great. And yeah, on the Web3 part, we also partner with 3 different agencies. ERA 2140 was a Web3 studio that help us in all the tech part. There's Markchain with the French leader communication agency in Web3 that is also helping us on that specific domain. And there's Pirates Labs, another Web3 studios, accompanying us as an advisor on the project.
Awesome. Now, can you share a little bit about your roadmap and plans in the next few months, please?
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, the project is growing really fast, as we only launched our marketplace in April this year. We launched the beta version of the game in August, the public in September, just before the World Cup. So that was already a great accomplishment, and we already got a great community around that. And then there's a lot coming up, as you can imagine. And the first one is the token, as we are launching the token this month. That's the biggest news in the roadmap, with whom there will be many new features to be developed in the platform, and that will enable us to continue carry on developing the platform, on which there will be new game modes like the player versus player. There will be the new type of cards. For the moment, we've got like the player cards, but as I was mentioning, we want to develop also other cards like booster and resource cards that will improve the experience, the gaming experience. And in the roadmap, there's also a lot coming, depending on the licensing part, as we are in negotiation with many different other leagues, like Premiership in England, URC, which is a mixed league with Irish, Scottish, Welsh, Italian, and South African clubs. We are also discussing with the Japan League and the Super Rugby with Australian and New Zealand teams. So there's also the federation. We already signed one, and there's more coming too. So there will be a lot of new features that will come in the first 6 months of 2024.
Awesome. Now, going to the tokenomics side, can you tell us a bit about the token itself, the utility of it, and why we should hold the token as a user that's holding the token?
Yeah, of course. So as I was mentioning, we are a Web3 game at the beginning, and some platform just like if we took the example of Sorare, they are not using a token for the moment. Even maybe it will come, but for us, that idea about the token was really to bring something more through all that could happen thanks to that Web3 technology, and the idea is to really gather the whole rugby world ecosystem around it. So obviously the first utility is like the currency of the game and the platform. So you will be able to buy and sell the player cards. The future, the type of cards too will be only accessible through the token. Then there's a lot, a whole section also about the gaming, as a lot of features will depend only about the token. In the fantasy game, for example, there will be training camp on which you will get access for the token that will enable you to improve the XP level of your players directly with that type of feature. There will be also the player versus player game will run only around the token part, as you will be able to 24/7 compete against any other player on the platform, and that you will get access through the token and to be able to win more token. In that world playing game modes, you will be there's the world rewards part that is also based with the R token. So you will by participating in the competition, you will be able to earn Nobody token, so that you can then improve again your team and carry on to trade your cards to find better ones. And so that's, yeah, there's a whole part about the gaming. And then there's the fan token experiences, as I think the most important also is to be, even if we are in that digitalization world and digital entertainment is really cool, but we also want to bring it back to the sport itself. So that's why in the rewards, for example, there's a lot of in real life experiences. But yeah, we will really want to create links with that token through all the rugby actors. So for example, like for the clubs and the leagues with whom we are partners, by developing that strong relationship, you will be able to directly, with the token you will win on the platform, you will be able to buy tickets and merchandising on their platform. So yeah, the idea is really to create that kind of connection between virtual and real world, and because it will also be in the other way around as we are developing program with these clubs on which, like for example, all the fans of the club who got the kind of subscription with their fan engagement part will also get some tokens that will bring them to the platform on which they will earn more token. And yeah, it's really circulating way to interact with all the actors of the ecosystem. And finally, there's also more Web3 features on which people from the community who own the token will be able to participate in some decision about Oval3 and what we can do with that. So yeah, there's a lot of utilities, and also some of them are not already even officially announced, but we have great projects. New revolutioning project for that too. So there's a lot to come around that.
Awesome. Now, how does the platform also lead to a generation of revenue for you?
Until now, you mean, or in?
Yeah, now.
So as I was saying, we launched the platform in April this year. And until now, we already sold for more than 35,000 NFT cards of the players, which is already impressive and more than what we anticipated. for more than $500,000 of revenue through that. So that's already really good metrics. And especially as most of you also come from the interest in the game that has only been launched 3 months ago. So that's why it's growing really, really fast. So yeah, there's a lot of that aspect of the financial part of the platform that is really already interesting in the KPIs. And the good thing also, and that's why we decided to go in that Web3 world and through that new model of play to earn, I think it's the best way to make all the different actors of the ecosystem have an interest, and it's a win-win situation for everyone, on which the first one to be rewarded and incentivized are the users at the first place. So that, I think, the most important part that is fitting with the Web3 philosophy, I think. The good way is that the good thing is that it's also a way to incentivize IP owners with the club, players, and leagues. And the more we do that, the more the platform is also winning, is developing in a financial way, so that after that we can reward even more the community and the IP owners, so they will promote it more, they will play more, and that's a virtuous circle that we really like, and that's why it's already proving that it's doing really well.
Awesome. Now, could you tell us a bit about any community-related campaign or plans that you have or you will have, and anything for people to use the test product or the game, and how can they get some potential, rewards from these campaigns?
Yeah. So I think the first one, as we are already live with a Web3 game that is working really well, the first rewarding part is the game itself, as there's like 4 to 5 different competitions every week on which you can play and win a lot of rewards. So yeah, I think until now we're already at 15,000 rewards in less than 3 months, with more than 50,000 Matic of reward in money, more than 5,000 NFT cards, a lot of match tickets, like including during the World Cup, we offer to our users more than 50 tickets for every game of a lot of the game of the World Cup. So that's what you can find every day in the platform already. And as we will now have our own token, we will be able to reward even more, which will be great for the community. Then there will be also another financial feature for the Web3. I think more aware of the Web3 world community is the stacking feature that will be developed on the platform, that is coming at the end of the month, on which after the listing of the token, you will be able to stack the token to get really amazing APR around that, and then there will be also some airdrops planned for the world next year. So yeah, there will be a lot of potential way to reward the community through our different campaign.
Amazing. Now, final question. As we know, the IDO is actually happening now, 15th of December on Pools, and will be on other launchpads too. What are your plans post the IDO, and when is the listing, and any information or alpha you want to share with the community of Pools?
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, we are really happy about all the partners that we found for that IDO, and especially Pools also. which we think is a really, really great platform to do that, and that will enable us to also kind of reach some different other community that we didn't yet. So we just hope that they will like and love our platform and what they will be able to do with our token. After that, there will be the listing that will be happening really, really soon in the coming days. There will be a bigger announcement around that, as it's already it's unofficial for the moment. We with the partner, like with the centralized exchange with whom we are partnering, we are waiting to announce that together with them. So that's why I can release exactly whom it is, but yeah, I think there will be a lot to come through that IDO, and that will enable us after that to, as I was mentioning, reward the community, but also allow the company to carry on its growth. And we have a lot of a lot of people to hire to also make our team to grow, to be able to answer even more like all the needs that are coming in the future. So I think, yeah, it's going on the right way for that.
Amazing. Now, that was the wrap up for the Q&A section. First of all, Tony, thank you very much for patiently asking all my questions. At the end, I just want to give you a minute or two if you want to say anything to the community of Pools before we wrap up the AMA.
Yeah, no problem. So thank you, and thank you all for listening. What I can tell you is we hope that obviously you will love what we want to do with our platform, and thanks to the token. And yeah, what I can advise is just to go on our different social media. Like we also got a great community on Discord, for example, that is really amazing, and that we really want to thank for all they are doing. So yeah, just join us. Try the platform too. As I was mentioning, there's a free-to-play part if you just want to discover how it works. And yeah, we hope you will all come to discover that.
Amazing. Thanks a lot for that. On behalf of Pools community, we wish you the best of luck for the IDO and of course on your listing next week. Thanks again for your time.
Thank you.